In this video, we're going to look at the automations you can build within your communications. Automations activate based on behaviors happening to your contacts within your business. This is a really helpful tool to keep nurturing your clients, and every plan has a few automations available for them. If you have a limited number of automations, it will show here how many are active or turned on. You can build multiple automations, but only limited numbers can be turned on some specific plans. In these plans, we have unlimited automations. There are also 3 built-in automations. These are not part of your quota, so you don't have to worry about turning these on and off. And while you are not able to add extra steps, you can add a second trigger and you can change the steps up a little bit as well. You can change the condition here, maybe the amount of days or even when you want to send it out. You can also change the condition and you can definitely edit your email as well. However, when it comes to your own automations, you can create new ones based on a template we have already created for you, or you can start from a blank automation. With every template, there's a video guide as well and some notes on the steps so you know what you need to do to make this automation specific to your business. But in today's example, we are going to create a brand new automation starting from scratch. You can always name your automation something that works for you, and you can decide how many times this should run. So once per contact. It doesn't matter if the trigger would make them trigger again. They will not run through because they are only allowed once per contact. Multiple times per contact if the previous was completed. That means that they have exited the automation and not still within the automation when they are triggered to enter again. And multiple times per contact, which could mean that they are somewhere in a later path within the automation, but they enter once again a second or third or multiple times. You can also activate this automation from here as well and save it every time you add a new step. And you can also check the status of your current or completed clients here as well. When you're building an automation, the first step is to add a trigger. The trigger is the start point of why this automation should start running for this contact. For example, someone registers for an event or an event series. Maybe they purchase something or use a discount. Something happens with their membership, or something specific to the contact, like a tag is added, they are changing a custom field value, maybe they subscribe to your newsletter, or they're part of your contact journey lane, or they're changing and exiting one. In this example, we're going to use registers for an event or event series, and you can allow any registrations, or you can just want to look at all of the events or all of the event series, or you can even specify it. So let's say it's an event and I'm only looking for beginner clients, and it will draw in all of the events coming up. And I can be really specific, or I can just leave all of the first steps beginner classes. Let's choose that one. The trigger will give you a little information what this is as well. So registers for first steps beginner class event. And you'll see underneath if there has been any contacts added or completed this step. You can also add a note to yourself. So when you have a long automation, it's nice to keep these notes so you know what's happening. But at this stage, we're only looking for people who register for that beginner class. Then let's say the purpose of this automation is that we want to encourage these clients to purchase the intro offer if they haven't purchased it yet. So we would want to add some conditions. For example, they should not have any packages or memberships, or they should not have any of the intro packages that we have. So for this one, we want an advanced filter because it's not about a tag or it's not about a specific value. However, we can use the tag option here as well, since anyone purchasing an intro package will have a tag. Let's use that one. We want to look for someone who has the intro package. So they purchased the package First Steps Dance Intro Offer. Now what this does, because we're looking for conditions, do they have the tag? If they have the tag, that means they're going to go through the true path, which means that they registered and they have the intro offer or have purchased it. But then also the false would be that they don't have the tag, so they probably never purchased that package. Then we can build this out and say that we want to send them an email to make sure that they are going to buy the intro offer. So the next step could be an action of sending an email. And you have lots of different options here. So you can also add a tag, remove a tag, give a discount. You can add a delay if you don't want to email them right away. And you can also wait for a condition. So we're going to send them an email. You can compose this email, write a subject line. You can also use any of your pre-built templates to make it quicker for you. So in this example, we just want them to get the intro offer. You also have the option to attach files or build the email out here. In this logic, if someone registered to a First Steps beginner class, the system will check if they have the tag, that they purchased the intro offer before. If they don't have the tag, they go through this path and they get an email sent to them saying that they should purchase the intro offer. Now let's look at this true path. In this logic, if someone has the tag, if a contact has the tag that they purchased the package, I still need to narrow it down if this is an active package right now, or they might have purchased it months or years ago and the tag is always applied. I'm going to add another condition. I'm going to see if they have an active package. So I'm looking for the number of active packages. Active package means that they are currently using it or can be used. And I want to see if it's at least one. They have at least one. So it's greater than or equal to 1. So they have one package. You have also the option to specify for all time, or since they enter this automation, or within a specific period of time. So I'm looking for something that they have one at least. And I also want to see if the title of this package contains intro, because if that one active package is the intro package, that I know that they're at the beginning of their journey. So I can add this. So in this example now, if let's say I enter this automation by registering to a First Step class, then the system checks that I have a purchase package tag, then it checks again if this is an active and the title contains intro in it. Something that might be really useful to add here is a little note. So checks if the package is active and contains intro in title. And when you add a note, you can hover over, and without opening it up, you know what is being checked in this spot. Now, if they have an active package, if I have an active package and it also contains the intro offer, it will go through this path. If I don't have an active package or it doesn't contain intro, it will go through this path. And then this way you can keep building your automation and reach the right person. If we go through this path, it really means that this person has an active package that is the intro offer, so you can sequence an email nurture out for them. Or if it goes through this way, it means either one of the two statements or neither of the statements are true. So maybe I have an active package, but it's not the intro package. Maybe I don't have a package at all. This is just to show you how easy it is to build different conditions into one single path and make it open up to different paths, so you don't have to use up all of your different automation quotas. But let's add an event to this path, because this is really the most important part, that they register to a class, they don't have the tag purchase the intro offer. We send them an email encouraging them to purchase that intro offer. Then I can add a delay, maybe a couple days later. We want to let them know that they can still purchase a intro offer. So I could add a 2-day delay. I could also choose a custom contact date. I could also connect it to the trigger. So for example, I know that they registered for this class. So maybe right away they get an email that they can purchase the intro offer. But I also want to see if 1 hour after the end time of that class or that event that they registered to, I want to remind them that they can still purchase it if they haven't yet. So I can add that step. And again, you can add a note. And then we can send another email with the same idea that we want them to purchase the intro offer. Obviously, it would have a different subject. And again, you can update the email as you wish. But let's say between the registration and the first email was sent right after, they might purchase the intro offer before even they get that 1 hour break. And you don't want to send them an email saying buy the intro offer because they have already purchased it. To make sure that we simply jump to that step, we can add an event which is connected to a purchase. So they purchase a package or a membership, and I can be really specific and find the first steps Dance Studio intro offer. Now, if they are not purchasing this on time, so if I add this step here and they're already at this step, I can decide if I want them to pause and wait until they purchase it or step through it. So I can simply choose to continue past this step, kind of like a building block, or wait here. And I think I want them to wait here because after that, I can send them an email to welcome them into the intro offer and what they can do. So there's lots of different steps you can add to an automation. It's really logical and sometimes can be tricky to find how to build them, but this is a quick, simple overview of how you can build an automation for any project that you have.